Hey there, you gay nerds. It's Chubby Lesbian number 32 here, and today I'm going to teach you how to make Transformers OCs. I just want to clarify that I am not trying to say that this is the only way to design characters and that every other way is wrong. This is just a way that helps me personally, and I think you might enjoy it. That being said, I hope this video teaches you something, or at least temporarily distracts you from your miserable life. Now, when making an OC, I like to start with one thing, and that one thing is the decision on what their main flaw is going to be. When you create a character, you have to have an end goal in mind for where you want their personality to go, and that includes how their flaw is going to be resolved, or at least how they learn to live with it and balance it out with other traits. Even if your character is a villain, you want them to have some form of retribution at the end of their story. Alongside physical conflict, it is ideal for your character to have a personal one as well, which is why the flaw is necessary. Having this main flaw decided earlier on will make it much easier for you to mold their backstory and personality, and decide how they are going to fit into the rest of the canon. And besides, flaws are what make us human. We want our OCs to be human, even if they are Transformers. This flaw's first mentality is especially crucial when creating villain characters. Take a good look at any one villain in the Transformers franchise, and you should be able to find a main flaw. That represents a big part of their character. Megatron's main flaw, for example, is his desire for vengeance and his over-emotional attitude. Despite his attempts to appear cold, distant, and impenetrable, he is a very emotional character who makes emotional mistakes, which frequently result in tragedy. Also, in case you haven't noticed, I'm going to be referencing the Prime universe when talking about these characters and the world they live in, since a lot of OCs are created in this universe, and it's also the one I have the most knowledge of off the top of my head. But Megatron isn't the only flawed Decepticon. Starscream is greedy and a coward, Knockout is vain, Breakdown is insecure, Arachnid has a superiority complex, and so on and so forth. Regardless of the character, they do typically have very large flaws that make up a majority of their personality. Character designers do this for a reason. It works. While it is possible to create a character and have that flaw develop itself as you go on, having the end goal in sight is a good idea. Well, that just about covers it for the personality portion. Now it's time for the harder part, how you want your character to look. Especially if this is a character you're going to be using frequently, I cannot stress enough how important it is to base your appearance off of the character's personality. Even a Transformers vehicle mode has something to do with their personality. Take Optimus Prime, for example. Optimus is a leader, so he's a truck. He carries the rest of the team. Get it? He's a truck with cargo. He carries them. In many more recent portrayals, where Megatron's personality is more fleshed out, he is displayed as a Cybertronian warship. This is because he is dark and mysterious. We don't know much about Cybertronian tech or vehicles, so seeing him on screen with this mysterious alt mode terrifies us. The same goes with Soundwave. On top of him never speaking, he is incredibly mysterious and he has a Cybertronian alt mode. His entire design is intended to be distant, dark, and threatening. A lot of people like to go to the easy default of making their characters a car or a jet with no real reasoning behind the choice. If you actually think about it, not a lot of the members on Team Prime are actually cars, and those that are typically rookies. A good example of this is Bumblebee. Bumblebee is the youngest member of Team Prime, and he's a scout. Despite this, he is a very bright, flashy sports car, which mimics his awkwardness and youth in the environment. Despite being mute, he is friendly, fast, energetic, and sociable. Thus, he is a very bright, visible car. Smokescreen is an even louder, flashier car, and he wants attention. He's the Destiny's Child, and he wants everybody to know it. That being said, his color scheme also mimics that of Optimus Prime, given Optimus is his supposed idol. However, out of all these sports car types, Knockout is by far the showiest. He's incredibly vain and wants to show himself off, which is why he's so bright and eye-catching. Regardless of their alt mode, they have a reason for it. As an example, the OC I'm drawing here is a two-wheeler. This is because she feels small and insignificant. It needs to be small and swift to run away from her problems instead of facing them head-on. Her dark primary colors represent her desire to hide and to be obscured. The blunt patches of yellow represent her energetic behavior. She's incredibly impulsive and doesn't always think about what she's doing. Before I end this video, I want to talk a little bit about unnatural metal curves. It can be hard to split up the Transformers alt mode to conveniently shift into bipedal. One method people will typically use is to curve metal or other objects on the Transformers vehicle mode to suit their anatomy. The result is just really unnatural looking. I mean, come on. If you want to give your Transformers boobs, there's probably something better than the windshield you could use. Well, it looks like that's the end of this video. If you liked what you saw, consider subscribing. If you didn't and just want to laugh at how terrible I am, subscribe also. I'll probably make some more videos for you to laugh at in the future.